Hello, everybody. And I still have Welcome to Masks Monday in my brain, but obviously that was done and dusted a long time ago. But I am now back in the GM seat running some Cthulhu, predictably so. What we're going to do, just so Giorgio doesn't have to translate an entire Italian module in 2 weeks, is run a little warm-up scenario and then do a play test that will hopefully be ready in time for the majority of people sitting here. So today we're going to be doing session 1 of Good Vibes Only, which is a lovely little brutal scenario by Phaedra Floro. Just to remind you all, this is a modern day scenario, so computers and phones and McDonald's or whatever. Yes, so what I suggest we do is just quickly go around the table and just give a little bit about who you are and, of course, your characters. Actually, also what you're feeling as well, because what I think we'll do is we'll set the scene a tiny bit. So this is modern day. It is the height of summer. Imagine one of, say, last year's heat waves in the UK. So kind of mid-30s getting to at the peak of the day. So for Giorgio, it's sort of average, I suppose. But in any case, and you've all arrived. You've all arrived at this retreat. You've all arranged to go there for different reasons. Maybe one of you just got it as a special offer in a magazine. Some of you might have been looking forward to this for a while. There's various talks of enticement with it, in that you will be able to relax. You'll be able to maybe just slow down a bit and get to know more of yourself and all this sort of stuff. But in any case, you all arrive at the car park. It's very much off the beaten track in the heart of Somerset. There's a few trees around, so there is cover, but you notice that as you park your cars and you step out of your comforting air-conned interiors, that you still get this hit of heat. And there's a long-looking dirt track away from the road that you presume is going to this sort of site where this retreat is being held. So you all, along with a good sort of few groups of other people, about 20 other people, you drag your luggage to some sort of rather tranquil-looking clearing. And you notice that the vegetation here is very good. Even though it has been hot and there's not been much rainfall, the plants and vegetation seem to be doing well. Also, the grass isn't that horrible straw color yet, at least. So, it's a very pretty place. So, yes, why don't we start off with our resident doctor, Russell Buran?
Hi there. Yes, I'm Russell, formerly from Cambodia. Came here to study medicine. Changed my name from Boran Sowan because I was under the impression that sounding a bit more English would help me with the locals. Hard worker. Sending most of my money back to family, but they've all sort of grown up, moved on, and I'm finding myself a little without purpose or direction. So I've come to this retreat in the hope of finding myself, maybe getting back with my Buddhist beliefs.
Okay, very nice. And we have James Canavan, aspiring comic book artist.
Yes, indeed. My name is James. As my player, I am 33 years old, and I kind of did well with the first work that I was able to get published. So, of course, I delved right into the next one that I'm willing to have written, but I'm facing a little bit of a writer's block. So I opted, after some people suggested me this retreat, to give it a try, even though I don't really do people much. I'm a little bit. Oh fuck me! How do you say that in English? Introvert. Yes, I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I don't really like or capable of dealing that much with people. So I don't know how much group session there will be. But other than that, I'm willing to put in my effort and maybe look into myself a little more so that I can overcome this block.
Very nice. And we have Nicola Kuhn, our psychiatrist.
Yes, hello. Nicola was is been born in the southwest of England, of an English mother and a Chinese father, and she's gone to university, become a psychologist, and has a very interesting current project going on, where she's studying a community in China, and she's found out through genetic testing that this is where her Chinese side of the family is actually from. She's worked very hard on this project, and she spent some time in the community over there trying to understand the culture, researching it, and the Western influences on it. She's now feeling quite drained for the effort she's put into it. It's been very close to her heart, so she's put a lot of effort into it. So she's actually looking forward to this break and having some relaxation time, maybe reading up on some new research papers and different books that have fallen by the wayside while she's been working so hard. And yeah, she's looking forward to this.
Very nice. And last by no means least, we have Kiyana Hedges, our chemist.
That's right. I'm Kiyana Hedges from Hounslow. I am seething and angry, and this is the last place I want to be right now. But here I am, smiling, and I'm not happy about it. You don't want to know why I'm here.
Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, as I said, you all make your way into this clearing after heading through a bit sort of copse of trees, and you start noticing a few, like a collection of yurts in the background, as well as a couple of buildings, some more, not quite log cabin, but that kind of sort of shape and size, maybe glamping sort of huts kind of thing. Maybe that's where you're staying, that kind of thing. There's a very pretty looking lake, plenty more trees around as well. And what I will do is I will show you a map, which you've all got with your kind of pack or whatever that you got through the mail, which you've got here. So yeah, various different bits and pieces around here, but you're all looking around a little bit confused. There's no place to kind of check in, you think, but eventually you do see someone approach everyone and kind of gather them around, and she is middle-aged-ish. You're not quite sure how old she is, but she does look very, very healthy looking, quite physically fit looking as well, and she's got maybe she's playing to stereotypes a bit, you don't know, but she's got the kind of dreads look with lots of hemp clothing on, bangles and things like that. And I will show you a portrait of her as well in the chat. She introduced herself as Guru Sage, and she addresses you all saying in a Mancunian accent, "My warmest greetings, fellow children of Mother Earth. I am Guru Sage, and I'm so excited to welcome you to our retreat here at Heartland Hill. Here you will get the chance to let go of all that's negative in your past and your present. You will flourish and integrate with your true higher self as you were always meant to. I know it's a lot to expect in just a weekend, But I've been through a retreat myself like this before, and it changed my life. And I promise you, if you let it, it will change yours too, for the better. You won't let negativity and fear hold you back anymore, making space in your heart for good vibes only. And you will blossom into the energetic being you truly are. And she takes a deep breath and holds her hands over her chest as if spreading compassion to the entire crowd. But then she kind of clicks back again and claps her hand and says, "Now, for some logistics. My assistants will have handed you a printed guide for the retreat, which I'll post in a second. This includes our schedule and some fundamental rules to make sure you foster a safe environment for yourselves and other attendees. Please read it carefully. As a first order of business, we will collect your phones," and she gestures around to her assistants who start gathering them up. "As the rules say, technology is prohibited. And then you'll be split into your groups, assigned a leader to your team, and proceed into the bonding yurts for your first meditation. Once again, lovely to meet all of you. Namaste." And she bows and leaves, and she sort of retreats back a little bit. Her retreats back. As the assistants kind of come along, start taking your phones, and you notice that they're also handing out spare pieces of paper with the rules on and the schedule. So I'm going to post this in the chat for you, but I suppose I could try and pop it up on the screen for you as well. And it would be wonderful if one of you could read through the rules. We can go through the schedule a bit by bit if you like, but let's go through the rules. So how the hell do I present screens again? Babe, can you remind me how to do this again?
What, screen sharing? You hit the present button.
Oh, present down there. Yeah. Cool. Share screen. There we go.
Well, I do believe that one of the doctors might read them.
Phones
The
are
rules.
prohibited. They will be taken by staff and given back at the end. You can take pics and post about us all you like on departure day. #Heartland Hill Vibes. Participation is important for healing. Don't skip any activities. Try to keep an open mind and let yourself try new things. They might surprise you. A positive and happy group looks on the bright side. Don't put negativity on others. Good vibes only here. Keep your own rooms and bathroom clean. We have no cleaners on staff. Some karma yoga is always good for you. Don't enter the staff's private rooms. We need some time to be alone and meditate too, and sacrifice to the elder gods.
No idea where it's saying that. But yes, you I suppose if you scan your eyes as well over the schedule, there's quite a lot of, again, these very sort of what would you call them? Almost like New World style buzzwords. You've got group meditation, gratitude journaling, letting stuff go, surrendering to wholeness, whatever that is. And they seem to be taking place in various places around your site, your retreat site. But before you can properly kind of process what all these things are, your phones are taken off you, they're put into a big tray and they're taken off somewhere, and then soon after, someone else bounds up to you very energetically and enthusiastically and introduces himself as Malcolm. And once again, I have a photo for you here. Well, not a photo, but an NPC photo for you. He is also physically fit, more so than Sage, you think. He is wearing these quite loose-fitting clothes, that kind of, again, very casual hemp, almost hippie style look. But he obviously takes care of himself very well, and he looks at you with this beaming smile and says, "Hello, everyone," in this slight, you think there was a slight American accent in there, but who knows? "Hello, I am going to be your leader of the four of you today. Welcome to Heartland Hill Retreat. My name is Malcolm, and yeah, I'm loving the vibes already that all of you have brought here today. So what I'd like you to do, once you're ready, is follow me into the bonding yurt, and we're gonna chat about each other and what we expect from each other and what we want out of this retreat, and we're also gonna do some group meditation. How does that sound, everyone?
Let's change some lives.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Very relaxing.
Oh, yes, both relaxing but also invigorating and energetic. I promise this will be so wonderful for all of you, and I am so excited to get started. So yes, let's head on up. And he gestures kind of a little bit behind you. You see these yurts from when you came in before. And yes, apparently they are bonding yurts, whatever that is. But he heads on over to the first yurt and he pulls back the curtain, and he kind of gestures in. Yes, Kiyana?
I'd actually like to try and sneak away from the group already.
Right. Okay.
I want to go straight to it.
Where to exactly?
I want to try and sneak up to the meditation hut. I want to see if there's anyone in it, and if not, I'm going to enter it. Sorry, meditation hall, place number 4.
Meditation hall. Okay. I mean, it's quite a big looking building. It's got 2 main double doors on it, but the ground between the bonding yurts and the hall is pretty exposed, and it seems like all these other groups as well are not piling into the yurts, but they're all kind of around here, so you will be noticed.
What if as we go into the yurts, I just kind of go past the last yurt and into the trees and around?
I mean, you could certainly try. This is going to be a fairly difficult stealth roll. I'm going to need a hard or better on this.
Oh, fuck. There's the little chance of that. Little chance of that.
It's broad daylight.
Yeah, but there's a group of people. I was hoping that I could use that to sort of slip off. But
tell me, Malcolm, this wonderful boundless enthusiasm that you have, is this a sort of effect of your wonderful meditation techniques?
Well, in part, I suppose. Yes. But also, like I said, I've been on a few retreats like this before, and I learned to let go of things and just trust the process. And since then, I've been so excited to get more involved with them and help other people like you feel this way as well.
At this point, I'm making a mental note of every cliche buzzword and sentence to be using.
Sure.
I am going to try it anyway. You never know. I mean, I've just arrived.
Sure.
I disoriented and didn't know what a yurt was. That is a cat. That's the 00, is it? If so, there's a chance I've done this. Yes.
No, 000 is a fumble.
No.
That's 100.
Yeah.
I was looking at the 10s die, but it came up cat, and I just wanted to check on this die what the cat was.
Right.
And it is 00.
Okay.
So I got 08. My stealth is 20%. I need to get a 5th, don't I? Which would be 5. So I need to spend.
No, you need a hard or better, so it'd be 10 or less. So
10
yeah,
or less.
okay.
Oh, is it half? Oh, right. Okay. So I've done it. I've snuck off into the woods.
Yeah, the extreme would be with 20%.
By the way,
thank you.
Yes, by the way, feel free to roll your luck whilst I'm narrating Kiyana slipping away.
94. Doing really well on the.
No. It's 3d6 multiplied by 5, babe.
Oh, not a percentile. Right.
No.
3d6 multiplied by 5.
It's a brutal scenario, but I'm not giving you a percentile worth of luck. No.
45.
Oh, go on.
Go on.
Give
go
us a
on.
fight. Give us a fighting chance.
Well, I didn't do so well then. Slightly below average.
Okay. But any case, yeah, you slip away. You do manage to, use the sort of piles of crowds to kind of shield you away from Malcolm's gaze for the moment. You're not entirely sure where Guru Sage has gone to, but then you get to the trees and there's a little bit of shade in there which you can kind of cling to and move your way around. And what I'll say is that you kind of come around to the back of the building. Hopefully where fewer people are, at least, if there are people in the building, they'll be towards the front. You do notice there's a couple of smallish windows and sort of, I guess you peer in, do you see what's in there? So it appears to me maybe sleeping quarters, maybe an office. It's a kind of a mishmash. You've got a few yoga mats on the ground, tapestries, things like that. There's a lava lamp as well. Currently, there's nobody in there.
Excellent.
Okay.
Sneak in.
All right. As you're doing that, the other three, you are led in, and Malcolm sort of comes in as well with you, and he says, we appear to have lost one of the group, but hopefully they'll have joined with one of the other yurts. Although I will make a quick roll to see. And he sits you all down kind of in a circle, and you smell this rather interesting fragrance, and you realize that there's like an incense in the room as well. Maybe it's to like help relax you, or maybe it could be something stronger. You're not sure. You've never heard of this whether company or organization, so you're not entirely sure what's in this stuff, but it smells nice in any case. And he says, right, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you in turn to introduce yourselves, tell us why you're here, and also hopefully you'll have seen the instruction pamphlet in your little package about meditating on your treasure possession. So I want you to get out your treasure possession and talk a little bit about that. So why don't we start off with you? And he gestures at James.
I'd rather not be the first to talk, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I suppose we'll save the best till last, won't we? In that case, let's go to Russell.
Well, this is my first stethoscope. I got this in medical school. It served me faithfully for many years. Obviously, I've upgraded as the years have went on, but I still keep this as a sentimental reminder of my beginnings. I sometimes use it to listen to my own heartbeat when I'm feeling somewhat anxious and alone. But yes, it's a somewhat treasured possession.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. That's very, very selfless of you. Okay, let's go to you, ma'am. And gestures at Nicola.
That guy's son needs a punch in the mouth, just on general principle.
And he gestures at Nicola. Who can't find the mute button, apparently.
Bill, you're Nicola.
You're muted.
Is he having he can't unmute? Okay.
Have you tried Control?
I just did it.
Okay. Perfect.
It's the symbol that looks like a microphone.
I know.
You use the mouse.
Sorry. That was obviously not Malcolm talking because that was a roast.
So yeah, Nicola pulls out on her change, pulls out a necklace from her clothes and sort of displays it briefly. And she says, "There's a village in China that's very close to my heart. They've given me this very traditional designed Chinese pendant from the elders of the village, and makes me feel like I belong," she says. And she sort of grips it in her hand as she, for a second, goes silent and then tucks it back into her clothes.
That is so touching, and I know lots of people who have, say, a charm or something like yourself around their neck, so it's close to them, and they can clutch it if needs be for comfort and all sorts of things. So thank you so much, Nicola, for sharing. So James, what have you brought for us today?
So basically, I read that I was to bring something that was treasured to me. At first, I couldn't really think of anything, but then I decided to bring this, which is a notebook. But basically, this is where I take my notes. Because I'm trying to write graphic novels. Well, I did indeed get to publish one, and these are my notes. So yeah, that's basically it. That may sound like, yeah, I don't know if it is really a treasure possession or not, but it showed me that pursuing my dreams could be a thing and turn into something good, because I got it published, I got it sold to some people that enjoyed it, and yeah, that's it.
That is amazing, James. I can't I can believe it, but I can't believe you brought it to share. That is wonderful, so creative of you and so talented. Wonderful. Well, very good. So let's spend the next half an hour or so just reflecting on each other, what we've brought today, and how we feel right now. And I want you to do a little bit of inward thinking, a bit of body scanning. But first, I want you to take some nice deep breaths. So breathe in and out. And he kind of does this a few times with you, and even if you're not feeling too comfortable about this whole thing and how it's going to go, because of the nature of, slowly breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, you do slowly start relaxing. And by the way, even though it's a yurt, it's still a fairly nice temperature in here, so it's not like you're sweating buckets or anything like that. And then you start going into more of a meditation, and he invites you to close your eyes if you want. You don't have to go into the lotus position if you want. I know that some people, maybe who haven't done it before, feel like that's what you have to do, but no, you can honestly do whatever you like. But
honestly, Malcolm, if I thought my body could go into the lotus position, I probably wouldn't need to be here.
Oh, Russell, please keep with the good vibes. Yeah, it's not about the shape of your body. All shapes and sizes are wonderful in the eyes of, well, I was going to say God, if you believe in a God. Maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. Yeah, good vibes. And he does some more breaths with you again. I would like all three of you, as the meditation goes on, make me a con roll, please.
Fuck. Con. God damn it. I failed, of course. Oh, also I didn't roll my luck, so I'm rolling it. Just a sec.
I assume from that splutter of noise you made, Ronnie, you failed as well.
Let's just put it this way: if I spend all my luck, I'm still not passing.
Okay.
I failed very badly.
Okay. It's not a fumble type bad, is it?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
but it's dangerously close.
Mm-hmm. Nicola?
I felt by 8.
Ah, okay. So everybody failed. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, that's not the word you want to hear
Yeah.
from a GM in a horror game.
Okay. We'll come back to you
We are
momentarily.
just breathing so hard. We are just breathing so hard, guys.
Yeah. You're breathing the shit out of it. Yes. Okay, so we'll come back to you in a moment. Let's go back to Kiyana.
Sure, I just press Control D. That's another way to unmute, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, what exactly are you trying to do besides, I guess,
I'm-
kind of get inside? Or
Yeah,
are you
I
looking
wanna
for
get
anything
inside.
particular?
I am. So first of all, hoodie up, face mask on. I want to get into the meditation hall. I am looking for this underground room. So I'm looking under the yoga mats, anything that looks like it could be a stairway or reveal a place underground, because this place has a basement and I want in.
Okay. No worries. So you start looking under various, yoga mats, furniture, that kind of thing. You start off in the first room, don't really get anywhere, and you work your way on up. What I'll say is you try and get into the main room from where you are in this sort of group of officers, but it looks like it's locked from the other side. You think maybe these rooms are out of bounds, and therefore that's why this door is locked.
Well, I do have some skill at picking locks,
Yes, you do.
so I'm going to try and get through. This is going to cost me lots of luck.
What kind of chemist are you? Like
From
a math
Hounslow.
book?
Let me see. 22 luck. That is an awful lot.
She clearly went to the MacGyver school of science.
Mm. And
So
we've been going 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, no, I think she's playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, corporate Cthulhu.
My motivations for being here are clearly not the same as you guys. Okay, I failed to pick the lock with my lock picks.
Okay.
I've got the wrong type of pick with me for this type of lock, I guess.
Sure. Well, what I was going to say as well was you think that maybe if you spend longer, you could use this type of lockpick. However, you do hear the sound of footsteps approaching from the other side.
I'll get back out then. Assume I went in through a window, did I?
Yeah.
Okay, so I head back out the window and I'll try the other one.
Try the other window.
You said there was a couple.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's just making sure. Okay. So you start carefully trying to get this one open. It's a bit stiffer than the other one, maybe because of it gets a lot of heat on this side. So you're kind of pushing it up, makes a bit of a noise, but there's nobody in here. You get inside, and you notice there's some incense burning.
I've got my face mask on, but that implies the person that's going to the other room came from this room. Okay, I won't go in this room because they're clearly going to come back here in a second. I will instead go to the window that I got in last time, and I'm just going to listen underneath the window.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah, make me a listen roll.
That is a pass.
Okay. You hear the sound of Guru Sage. She appears to indeed be coming back into this room. So, I mean, obviously you hear her coming, so you duck down so you're not seen. She seems to be getting a few things. maybe setting something up. Do you try and look to see what she's doing a bit more? Or?
I'm happy not to risk that. I'm actually waiting for her to leave.
Okay. Coolio. So yeah, you wait for her to finish what she's doing, and she just go back out and walk back out.
Okay.
Um,
But now the door should be unlocked.
Indeed. However, okay. At the very last second, she turns back round. You think maybe because she's realised the window's open, and it wasn't open previously. Can you make me another stealth roll, please?
Oh,
Or actually, you could make me a dex roll if you want.
Yeah, I'll try and sneak around the side of the building with Dex. Oh God, 19 luck.
Goodness me.
And so it is that I spend 19 luck already, right in the opening scene to stay here.
This scenario's going
Ouch.
so well already.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do notice that there are some people that are starting to come out of the bonding yurts, like members of staff kind of thing. But fortunately for you, they happen to be looking not in exactly the opposite direction, but they're looking enough away that they don't see for now. But you think you've not got much time left, like to look for this supposed underground place if you can. So I was going to say something else, but now I forgot what I was going to say. So you said you went kind of round the building a little bit more.
Yeah, went round to the far side, so still against
the far
forest.
Side.
But
okay, yeah. Around the forest. Okay, cool, yeah. And what I'll say is that you hear a bit more. You think that maybe some food is being prepared. You hear a bit of clatter of plates and things for lunchtime. And you can also hear a bit more movement inside the main hall. Although, again, you're kind of between, there's a room between you and the hall. You think that's maybe being set up for something as well?
Yeah, so the group's about to head in there, aren't they, for gratitude journaling?
Yeah, possibly. Given the times, that's like the next thing on the list.
Oh, but that's 2 hours, so I wasn't that long walking around the site. So, so if they're setting up for that, then I'm not going to be able to investigate it yet. What I need is the keys. Right. After waiting a little while, I'll have a look round, see if the window's been closed, right? But if I go back up to that window and first of all listen and then have a little look, see if there's anyone in the room.
Okay. As you're sneaking around to that window, you suddenly feel, you think the ground sort of quakes a little bit almost, or you're sort of knocked off balance a little bit. Luckily, you're dexterous enough with your parkour that you don't fall over, but it definitely feels like everything's shifted slightly. Make me a spot hidden roll.
Well, that would be 26 luck, which is exactly what I've got remaining, but I'm not going to spend it. I fail.
Okay.
But I'm convinced, therefore, that okay.
There's no crack or fissure at all in the ground.
No.
Luckily, you can't see that the building isn't sinking or anything like that, so you have no idea what caused that.
But it's made me think that maybe the way under this building is actually not from within it. So, looking at the ground around the building from the 2 sides I can see, is there any suggestion either on the ground or on the wall that there might be some kind of concealed entrance?
There's certainly nothing that's caught your eye as of yet with you skulking around the perimeter. if there was something, it's very well concealed, and that will take a lot more time to kind of feel your way around. And again, you don't think you've got ample time.
Well, presumably I've got 2 hours, but whether I get spotted in
I
that
mean,
time,
we're doing a
not
little
going to
bit
go
of
through
a
2
montage
hours of
to it.
with
Yes, indeed.
hogging the gameplay. So, I obviously spend a little bit of time looking fail, and then presumably the other session ends, and I'll mingle back into the group to join them in the meditation hall. Bring my hood back down, but keep my mask on.
Okay. So meanwhile, back in the yurts, the three of you finished your meditation, your group meditation, and Malcolm is looking just as happy as he was before. But to be honest, you're feeling really into it now. You're feeling pretty happy. Little bit lightheaded maybe, because you kind of be sitting in an enclosed space for a while, but you realize that you can't help but kind of smile a little bit like this, like your muscles are instinctively drawing back a little bit. And yeah, you feel good, you feel really positive, like this was a good thing to do. And Malcolm is overjoyed to see you getting into it. And he says, well, this is wonderful to see. So what we're going to do now, you've got a little bit of time just to put your luggage and bags away in your dorm area, which I'll show you in a second. And then we've got some gratitude journaling at 12 o'clock. So we're going to see you then. And then after that, there's going to be a lovely lunch that our friends from the Somerset Lotus group have prepared for us, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I always love their vegan pizzas. Mwah! And he goes almost kind of bounding off to see how they're getting on, I guess.
I'm not smiling anymore.
No, well, I mean, you kind of feel like you're not smiling, but you still are. Or at least
but
he
mentioned vegan pizzas, so I'm a little bit dying inside.
Yeah, but vegan pizzas to you, actually, I mean, you're thinking maybe they're not as bad as people make them out to be. Just so you know, the three of you, from a mechanical perspective,
We're dope
as
silly.
Ronnie said in the chat, you basically have been doped with something. So yeah, you feel this compulsion to smile, a feeling of being positive, almost like you're a bit high, essentially.
That Malcolm
Maybe extremely
guy,
negative things will get through to you, but
lovely.
and
Yeah, it's
you
okay.
notice. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. So he comes back in a few moments, remembering that he needs to take you to your dorm, and yeah, Kiyana comes along as well, still with her mask on, and he says, "Oh, Kiyana, nice to see you again. We didn't see you for the group meditation, but I guess you were having a lovely walk around, were you?
I went into the wrong hut.
Oh dear. Well, that's perfectly fine, but just remember that participation is good for healing, so you don't want to be skipping
I assume.
activities.
Sorry, I assumed the groups went into multiple huts, because on the map it looks like multiple huts. So
there are multiple huts. Or
yeah,
did you go into one of the other
I'm trying to
huts?
imply that I went into a different one, is what I'm saying.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's really good. I hope you had a wonderful meditation with
It was
group leader
excellent.
Alex.
I'm so happy, I say, dying inside.
Okay. You don't think he's noticing for now that you're putting it on, but anyway, actually, Kiyana, you can make me a psychology roll as the four of you start heading across the way towards your bunks or whatever it is they've set up for you.
I could spend one to make that a hard pass.
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
The other three definitely look like they've been on the leaf. Like they've got kind of that sort of that kind of relaxed gaze going on, and they're not completely out of it, but yeah, they definitely look a little less sharp than they did when coming in.
It's not hard to see where the good vibes come from, is it? I think to
I
myself.
can see clearly now the rain is gone.
And you, Malcolm actually starts like clicking his fingers on. But anyway, you head to the bunks, and they are. Where even are these? I think they're just kind of opposite the main thing. Dormitories. Yeah, so they're the kind of group of 4 buildings on the other side of where the bonding units are. Now I know that Kiyana has brought a couple of things with her.
Yes, specifically 2 Giorgio well books, 3 probably 4 pots of pot noodle and a vibrator.
And speaking of the latter, to your dismay, you find that whilst there is a bathroom, it is a single room with bunk beds for the 4 of you.
So it's going to be good vibes for you one way or the other.
So I will be back here in 15 minutes for you. Feel free to relax, vibe with each other, unpack, and I'll see you shortly. And yeah, he goes skipping off.
Ah, what a nice
Wow.
guy.
What a friendly place this is.
I love it. I'm so glad I came
I
here.
thought worse, but you know, it's welcoming, it's
I'm
chill.
feeling so relaxed now.
Mm.
That meditation session was just hit the spot.
Apparently, I do have some joss sticks as well on the character sheet and incense and stuff.
Yes, you do. Fortunately, there's no incense in here that you can see.
Okay. Well,
But yes, you do have.
I shall pocket some because I'll need
decoys.
to swap some out later. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of hope lunch is soon because I'm, kind of hungry.
Side effects do not include the munchies, by the way.
Oh no. Yeah, still, we are close to lunchtime, so I might as well be actually hungry.
Plus,
So-
we're obviously excited about lunch. That'll make us feel hungry.
Yeah, he built it up saying it's going to be so nice.
Absolutely, especially that vegan pizza. That's just mwah. Very miss you.
Best type of pizza.
Did you know most people would not admit to never having read 1984, even though they haven't?
I've
Well-
never read 1984.
I'm not most people.
So you've never read it?
Nope.
No.
Here's my copy, and I open up Animal Farm.
That's not 1984. But okay.
Farm. I've read Animal Farm.
No,
Animal
I'm
Farm
reading
is a
Animal
different
Farm,
Oh, right. Okay.
but I've handed 1984
Oh, I see. Right,
to the
okay.
first taker.
Oh. It's
I've got
quite
so
a
many
happy
people-
book, this, isn't it? I mean, everyone seems really content with life.
It's fairly dystopian right from the opening pages. He's doing his
Okay.
exercises in his room, and Big Brother's watching, and that's all introduced right
Okay.
from the start.
Russell, are you just kind of leafing through, or are you kind of focusing more on actual passage and trying to read a bit?
Well, I think that comes down to the question of, given the meditation, how able am I to focus on actually reading?
Yeah. You're not. Like I said, whilst to someone unlearned, it looks like that you've been on, weed. You're perfectly alert. So yes, you can focus on
In that
words
case,
and passages. and
I'm
read.
reading.
Okay. Give me a power roll, please.
God damn it. I wanted to start doodling on my notebook, but I don't know if I want to now.
Just out of interest, what is the fumble rate?
What is your base power?
My base power is 49.
Okay. So a fumble for that would be 96 to 100.
Right. So I'm going to spend 1 point of luck to not fumble because I rolled 96.
Okay. I don't believe you can technically do that, but I will allow it because I don't quite remember. So what I'll say is that you focus on, you actually go towards the back of the book and you read this rather touching sounding ending, which is 2 gin-scented tears trickled down the sides of his nose, but it was all right. Everything was all right. The struggle was finished and he had won the victory over himself. And you love that. That sounds wonderful. That's a lovely story.
Oh, if only he'd read the bit just before it.
Yeah, but the lobotomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't read. To be fair, I have not read the book. I've seen a good chunk of the film that came out in '85 with John Hurt and Richard Burton.
I have read the book. I'm one of the people who actually have and actually genuinely have, but only because like everyone talks about it. And so I was like, look, I need to understand what this is. But
It's apparently an opera now.
I got it twice.
in the book he's basically accepting how perfect the system is. And it's a dystopian fascist system. And then presumably those, I can't remember the exact wording, but presumably you did quote some actual words there, did you, Ben?
And that's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
it's
that's
a much better place than the UK at the moment.
That's the final few lines of the book.
He's been captured, and the intelligence officer is basically it's going to kill him, but tortures him first until he accepts how perfect the system is, and then he cries over how beautiful it is that he accepts the system, and then gets killed off anyway. It's really messed up.
So anyway, that is what Russell is doing, reading a lovely storybook. Kiyana, do you try anything else, or are you more focused on your own reading now and just trying to keep level-headed?
When I see it hasn't really worked on him and he's not really focusing, I'm going to try reading. I've got Animal Farm in my hands. I'll try reading it out loud to the room.
Okie dokie. So presumably you aim for the most negative passages you possibly can.
Yeah. I haven't actually read the book Animal Farm, but I have seen the film thing. So I'll go to where
that one.
I'll go to where the animals were rioting and stuff.
Okay, in that case, Nicola and James, give me power rolls.
Yeah. In the meantime, I wanted to doodle on my notebook a little bit, but I'm giving you a power roll first.
Cool.
Which is a pass, just a regular.
All right.
I might spend luck to make it an hard pass if needed.
Yeah, because you're kind of doodling at the same time.
Okay, so I'm spending 3 points of luck and make it a hard pass.
Okay, and Nicola failed by a lot. Okie dokie.
Okay.
So, James, you're busy doodling. What is it that you're doodling, or is it just kind of squiggles for now?
Yeah, I was thinking more like a concept map of things I want to include in the next graphic novel. So just like a concept map of bubbles,
like a spider
arrows and stuff.
That's cool. So you're busy doing that, but you hear Kiyana read the phrase, "Why then do we continue in this miserable condition? Because nearly the whole of the produce of our labor is stolen from us by human beings." And instinctively, you start almost drawing in harder, faster strokes with these mind maps, and you start coming around a bit, and you realize what it is that Kiyana is reading to you, and you feel a bit shit. But you no longer have this cloud of positivity hanging over you.
Oh, fucking hell. Thank God. Okay. Okay, so now I'm brooding again. Or brooding more like Kiyana. Yeah, I mean,
Indeed.
is it my usual self, or am I now under Kiyana's influence?
No. You're not under Kiyana's influence. Like I said, you
Okay.
still feel shit because you've been brought out of a happier place, but yeah, you're your usual self. And yeah, Nicola, make of that phrase what you will. Maybe you think, oh, well, if they're talking about human beings, then it must be a fantasy novel, and fantasy novels are great. You love fantasy novels. Maybe it's something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm unpacking. I'm stacking the books I'm intending to read. I'm sort of half listening. I sort of pause occasionally, listen to what Kiyana's saying. Pull that from somewhere.
Okay, no worries. In that case, what I'll say as well is that you kind of do a little wander of the bunk beds. Maybe you're busy choosing your bunk as well, and you put your bags down and you quickly nip to the bathroom. But even in your happy place, Nicola, you get a very quite horrible hit of aroma. And you're not quite sure how to process this, so I'll let you decide. But basically, you notice very quickly that the aroma is coming from the toilet. It is blocked really bad. And you don't know if they just forgot maybe to clean. Although it did say in the rules that they don't really have any cleaners, so who knows what happened there. But in any case, it's not something you want to use anytime soon. And no, it's not Mario.
Could be a job
do you
for
do?
Mario. Mario, he is a plumber after all.
I just sort of look at it stunned for a second before I'll sort of almost back out of the room, and I'll just say to everyone else, don't go in there. Just don't. That's disgusting.
But in a nice way?
Yes, in a nice-ish way.
Do you feel happy?
I feel less happy than I did before I saw that.
Maybe the good doctor could help us out here.
With
I
what,
don't
skipping
know
in the
your name,
woods?
actually, do I? Maybe this guy could give me a hand here, and I'll grab Russell and sort of drag him towards the toilet.
Oh,
Damn
thank
it.
God you didn't grasp me.
Damn it, woman! I'm a doctor, not a plumber.
You're also a person quite capable of helping, I say, as I kind of force his head towards the loo.
Never thought I'd be able to paraphrase Star Trek in a fucking
Goodness me. Okay. I would like, first of all, a power roll with a bonus die, Russell, but then also give me a con roll, please.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, with a bonus
okay.
die.
Yeah, you don't have the influence anymore, but you just puke all over the place.
Okay, and then just a con roll.
And just a regular con roll, yeah.
Okay, so the power roll, I succeeded. I rolled 31, and I also succeeded in my con roll.
Oh,
finally
okay.
managed to fucking roll something decent.
Okay, so you snap out of it fairly quickly the closer Kiyana moves your head towards whatever it is that's in there. You just manage to keep your nerves together and not bring anything up, but you stagger backwards and have to move away quite quickly. This thing is blocked like there's no tomorrow. Maybe there's a kebab store nearby, but God, it's horrible.
I remember having a flatulent patient once in the operating room, but my God, he wasn't as bad as this. Oh my word!
Right, are you with us now, or are you all in your happy places?
I reread that last passage of 1984 and kind of kick myself for not seeing the obviousness of it.
If
Okay.
you find yourself feeling happy, read these books or go to the loo.
Yeah, thank God
Well,
I struggle.
usually when I want to feel happy, I tend to go to the bathroom. So just-
God forbid we
Yeah.
feel happy at all.
That ain't normal happy though, is it? I don't know why you lot came here or what you hope to find, but you're not going to find happiness here.
and
Only-
why not?
Oh
They
God,
already
you're...
drugged you. Idiots.
What?
I said they already drugged you, you idiots.
Oh God, you're more downer than I am, and that means something.
So, if you think this is the wrong place to be, at the risk of asking a stupid question, why are you here?
I'm not here to find happiness. I'm here to tear it down.
Because
Yeah.
because happiness long left me a long time ago. Now I avenge on people that are trying to be happy. Oh, fuck off!
So there is happiness here then to tear down.
My partner came to this place, and now she's just a shell of herself. Something is wrong here. Something is twisted and fucked up. And what
Well-
little I managed to find out beforehand was that the incense is, well, based on you lot causing this fake happiness. And I knew to read negative words. Just don't be negative in front of the staff. There, done my good deed for the fucking day.
Well,
Yeah, I don't want to twist the knife in the wound, and if I am, please tell me to fuck right off. But is it like your partner got addicted to this fumes or incense or whatever you want to call it, and she had some issues with it? And I mean, again, I don't want to twist the knife in the wound, but you seem very heated up about the argument.
She's got a fucking tonic, mate.
Well, she came back catatonic from here.
here I was hoping this was going to be a nice spiritual retreat, find some direction in life.
There's
but-
something dark and fucking twisted happening here.
Yeah, but then again, were they the only one to get back in this state, or there were more? Because I can count more than one people here at this moment.
What's the last thing on the retreat schedule? Photo opportunities.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, isn't it?
Question, babe.
Mm.
Did Sylvia have photos on her phone of the from the photo opportunities? Because I was assuming not. given the state
No, she
was in.
didn't.
Exactly.
You're not sure how many other people ended up like her.
But I've checked the
or how far
hashtag
they got.
beforehand, Heartland Hill Vibes.
Clever.
And what would have been, was there anything?
Yes, there was. However, you know that kind of look in the photos. They're very similar to the smiles that Malcolm has. You know, everyone's really happy, but that kind of happy. Sylvia
Yeah.
was not in any of those photos.
Yeah,
So
check the fucking hashtag on the photo opportunities. All fucking stock photos and fakes.
So is it just the incense we have to be careful of? Is there anything in the food?
The staff. I don't know. I bought my own food.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we haven't. I certainly haven't.
Fucking idiot then.
Well, with all due respect, Miss,
I've got some tins of beans I can spare and a couple of snacks and what have you. But I'm eating my meals.
So not only am I shitting in the woods, but I'm also fasting for a day. Fuck me.
Ah, it's up to you. You can try and leave. I mean, there is possibly not going to work.
As in they'll be running after me and forcefully drug me.
I haven't tested it yet, but apparently there's no way to get out of here until the end of the weekend. Some kind of barrier, but I don't know. I ain't tested it, and I don't know what. I didn't understand it when I made the notes, when I read the diary, but it didn't make any sense. But
And
Well, I mean,
speaking of not being able to leave, at that point, you hear your door open. There's no knock. They just come in. And Malcolm comes bounding in. Well, it's about
Hello.
time. Hi, Kiyana. How are you doing? How is everyone doing? Have you had some time to have a little break, relax a little bit?
yeah,
Yes,
we've been we've been discussing how awesome it is. It's great.
Oh, wonderful. Well,
a
I'm
little,
gonna.
I have to say I'm a little surprised that you opened the door without knocking. I mean, I could have been in a, I could have
Oh,
been
don't be
in the
silly.
middle of
We're all
changing.
friends here.
Yeah, exactly, Russell. Like, this is a safe space. We've got nothing to hide with each other here, Russell. Therefore, every door is an open door. But anyway, we're going to go right back through it now because I'm going to take you over to the main hall for gratitude journaling. You won't need any pens or paper, even yours, James. We've got plenty provided for you. So feel free to follow me and you'll be able to mingle with the other groups as well and have some lunch. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Come on, let's go.
Yay, so fun. Journaling. Yeah.
Okay,
wait.
okay, I don't care. If we have to take this guy down, I will fight each and every fucking one of you to do it myself. Just saying.
Obviously, you're whispering, which is fine. Do you all follow him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoop, whoop.
Okay. Alrighty.
I sort of like walk next to Kiyana and say, "How do we stay away from the insects if we're in one of these meetings?" Whispering.
I'll hand you a couple of sticks and say, swap them over.
Okay.
Christ, I haven't bought any spare. I haven't bought my own food. I didn't realise I came to Jonestown.
Okay. So he takes you up, of course, through the main doors into the meditation hall. It's a much larger open space than the bonding yurt that you may or may not have been spending time in. Lots of windows and natural light in here. Also quite warm in here, you presume, because sunlight's coming through the windows. Lots of space to sit, stand, lie down, whatever. But in the middle of the room, there is a table. There seems to be some sort of like a little sign on, you think, with some instructions that people are already going up to read eagerly. And you see several stacks of paper just next to it and another set of incense sticks that are burning and things like that. Also, there's a couple of doors. Some of them Kiyana will have seen from the other side that you think maybe go to offices, that kind of thing, toilets, etc. There's also this rather large tapestry on the back wall, maybe 50 inches wide, sort of thing, quite elaborate. And it depicts some sort of like a human silhouette, bright light all around this silhouette. And in the background of the silhouette is a huge lotus-shaped flower. So Sage is here this time. She's been kind of looking after things, I suppose, but she takes center stage and everyone's settled and says a few words. She says, welcome to your next activity. We're going to be doing some gratitude journaling. This is going to be an activity offering you connection to those most close to you, and also other platitudes. And yeah, she kind of goes into the platitudes. You notice that people are already starting to form some cues to read the instructions, get the paper and pens, and so on. However, you can see that it's kind of a bit tricky because in order to do the task, she doesn't really go into exactly what you have to do or what they expect. So you have to go to the table to read the instructions, which means standing right next to a load of incense, which is already burning. So presumably you do try and avoid breathing it in, do you? Have you got any kind of particular method? Do you hold your breath?
Well, yeah, when I get
Yeah,
to
what-
like 5, 6 feet, can I hold my breath?
Okay.
I'm obviously
Yeah,
pretty good
what
at
I wanted
reading.
to do is
Becky.
Is there any water nearby or any water available?
You can't see any water, no.
I'll ask a staff member if I could have a drink of water, please.
She says, we will be providing water very soon during the lunch. I don't know why I'm talking an American accent for this person as well. But for now, we want you to concentrate on the journaling, the gratitude journaling.
It's hard to concentrate when my throat's feeling sore. Could I?
It's been shown
Ask
to
for
be,
water.
if you're properly hydrated, it intensifies concentration.
Okay, but the thing is that if your throat is dry, that means that you've been using it a lot and using your voice a lot, which is simply your wonderful voice coming out of its shell. So what we ask is that you do the process and embrace the process. And like I said, there'll be plenty of water available with the lunch, and you'll be able to maybe get a little bit more of your voice back. But for now, it needs to be quiet and silence as you reflect and go inward. And they do a lot of this kind of
Do
hand
you have a
movements and
cup?
stuff. No, we don't have any cups here. Not
Look
for this
around, is there-
exercise, no.
Anything that looks like a cup or a glass in this room?
Apart from the actual sort of glass thing that the incense sticks are in, no, they've cleared everything out of here.
Okay, I'll go up to the incense stick, take it out, and carry the glass to the bathroom.
Okay. You are followed by another member of staff. And if you go into the actual toilet, she also follows you in there.
Okay, and I pour the water into the glass, pretend to drink it. Not so hard now, was it? I take the glass back to the table.
Okay. As you start taking the glass back to the table, she kind of puts her arm across the doorway, so you're blocked for a second. And she says to you again with big smiles, just remember the rules where you need to engage and participate. You don't want to be going off to different places. You don't want to be putting up a barrier for yourself with this process. You need to embrace it, okay? Good
That's why
vibes.
I asked you to fetch a glass of water. It's not an unreasonable request, I say as I head back to the... You should be nicer. Share kindness.
As Kiyana is heading out, I'm going to be heading into the bathroom.
Oh, okay, right. Just so I don't miss anything of what's going on. So you kind of taken the sticks out, haven't you? You've obviously gone in to pretend to get some water, that kind of thing. When you put the glass back on the table...
Not doing that.
Okay, in that case, we'll come to you in a second. Russell, make me a stealth roll.
I'm being very open about the fact that I'm heading there.
Okay. Well, in that case, you are also approached by a member of staff and says, in terms of the process, you need to be in this main area here. You won't be able to do any gratitude journaling in the toilet.
Yes, I'm aware of that. But as happy as I am, it's very simple. I forgot to go before we came up here. Now, we can have two things happen. Either I can go to the bathroom and relieve myself, or the amount of journaling that's going to happen during the urine stench of my trousers is something else. I have a very small bladder, and it's a ticking time bomb.
He kind of does this little chuckle. You don't know if it's meant to be patronizing or if he's just completely out of it. But he says, releasing bodily fluids, it's a human reflex. If you need to, then do so.
Are you
No
taking
one's
the
going to
piss?
judge you. This is a safe space. You don't need to do it in there during the process. This is something that we can all share together.
You're taking a piss now.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm serious. This is meant to be something for all of us to embrace together.
If
Good
you
vibes.
really intend to embrace my urine, by all means, come into the bathroom with me, and I'll make sure there's a healthy amount for you to embrace. Otherwise, I have both a very small and very shy bladder. I do not intend to do my journaling whilst dancing.
Okay, make me a persuade roll. It's going to be a hard success you'll need or better.
Fuck. Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Fucking
he
hell,
still
mate.
keeps his smile up. He doesn't really say much else. He does let you go to the toilet. There is like a single cubicle in there if you'd rather use that and get a bit of privacy from this guy. But he does stay within the toilet like area and waits for you to finish.
I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do in here. I was thinking about sort of tearing a bit of cloth and getting it wet so I could put it over my mouth for a little, just while I was taking care of the incense. But I'm really just avoiding the inevitable at the moment. But I will try and sort of tear off a bit of fabric or something, just
Yeah.
neckerchief size, and get it, dip it in the cistern.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to sing. It helps with the flow.
Oh, absolutely. This is a lovely acoustic in this room.
Fucking hell.
Okay, now let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Jesus
when
Christ.
I head back into the meditation room, was it a joss stick or incense oil that was burning?
It's like a clump of joss sticks that are in this.
Okay. So now I took them out of the glass, right? So when I go back in, I put them back in the glass, but the wrong way up. I go, oh shit, sorry. And flaff around and make a big bold scene and end up putting some of mine back in at the end of it and relighting.
Okay, that's definitely going to be a sleight of hand.
Yeah. But hopefully it all kind of looks legit. Character sheet, wrong screen. Sleight of hand. Oh, okay. Pass.
Okay. So what I'll say is that you do manage to do it without anyone noticing that you're replacing them, but at the same time, given you have to kind of turn the others back around and try and hide them, you do feel a little bit of a burn. It doesn't like cause any mechanical damage, but you have to kind of tense your hand up a little bit as you're doing it. And then the sage comes up to you, in particular, Kiyana, and says, "Thank you so much for helping. That's very good of you. But hopefully now you're all good to start. So please."
Yes, I'm excited. Let's go.
Okay, wonderful.
Children die every day, and nothing can be done about it. I think to myself.
Okay. What was I looking for? Oh yes. I've lost them again. So yes, you kind of, I guess, form a queue, and you take some paper and so on, and you see the gratitude journaling rules. Now, because you don't need to worry about holding your breath, although some of you might anyway if they don't realize what you've done, but anyway, you obviously don't need to. This is what you see. And I'd like somebody else to give this a read.
Are you sharing or okay?
I
Uh,
could,
Yeah, okay, go on then.
I can't
It's
really
yeah,
a bit
also
hard
the-
to
the
read.
qual- Also, the quality is fucked, so I cannot read it. Maybe it's my monitor, of course.
Welcome to your first activity
okay.
here at Heartland Hill Retreat. We hope you've enjoyed your time in the bonding yurt and you're feeling happy and smiley already. You have a chance, or you got a chance to appreciate something that means a lot to you. Now let's do the same with someone who means a lot. Take a piece of paper from the table here and a pen. Find a comfortable place to sit or rest in the room and get to writing. Don't rush. Spend time meditating and thinking about the person. Imagine them being here with you and just write about them. Don't overthink. Write it from the heart. Now get started. You have 90 minutes.
Jesus
Okay.
fucking Christ. Is it like a high school test? 90 minutes. Jesus Christ.
like,
Okay.
what happened to nice, peaceful, relaxing you of a fucking 90-minute test?
Yeah.
Right.
Also, you said that there were windows, right, Jason?
Yeah, there are big windows.
Okay, because I am opening one and sitting down the window to write and do shit.
Okay.
As soon as I read the rules, I take the paper, take the pen, and then get close to a window. Because of course I didn't see Kiyana doing magic.
Okay. So just before you do that, while you're all reading these instructions, whether you're properly taking them in or not, or if you're just kind of going through the motions, there's some little sort of symbols, and you're drawn to them on the paper. They almost look like kind of maybe plants or something like that, you think, but it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's almost like they start dancing around slightly in front of your eyes, and you kind of have to blink, but maybe even though the incense isn't the weird stuff, it's creating quite a lot of sort of smoke in here. So can I have a
Just
sanity
call it
roll from all
magic.
4 of you, please?
Yes, of course.
Of course I'm going to call it.
You see stuff moving. Ooh, that's a pass.
Okay.
17. Okay, you only
Hey,
lose 5
one.
points.
Okay. If you fail a sanity roll, that is a D3 sanity loss.
Thank God for that. Just the 1 point.
You're muted, Becky, if you said something.
Only expressing my disappointment.
Oh,
So
okay.
I slowly start to
Right.
dribble and rolled the maximum sanity loss.
No,
Okay.
of course. Oh, fucking course.
Okay. In that case, given how obviously it's not like Battle of Madness sorts of levels, but you're quite freaked out by what you see. So can you make me some sort of roll to try and stay in character, almost? Maybe like a
power or something.
yeah, you could use power to try and keep your emotions to yourself. Yeah.
Well, it seems the most logical. Unfortunately, it's not my best stat, but I did pass.
Okay. So you feel your mouth kind of sag down again, but you try really hard to cut and quickly turn away.
I've got my COVID mask on.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So anyway, my essay shall be on the staff at Heartland Hill vibes.
Okay. So as you start getting to writing, James, you are approached by a member of staff who's noticed that you've opened the window. And she says to you, James, I think it would be good to not have any kind of distractions from the outside. So if you don't mind, I'm going to close this window right here. Okay. And then she just
Yeah.
does it without waiting for you to say yes or no.
Thank you.
You're very
She leaves in
welcome.
and open it again.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a sleight of hand. Or actually, you could go for stealth if you're trying to be quiet as opposed to doing it without her noticing.
Yeah, okay. Start it is. Ah, fuck me. I'm spending 5 luck to make it a pass.
Okay. Luckily for you, even though it is a bit noisy, she's already plenty far away. And you try and make it look like, unless you're looking directly at it, maybe you can't actually see that it's open, but you're still getting some air. So, time goes on. And I think as another member of staff approaches Kiyana, looking at her face covering, I think now's a good time to take a short break because I've just noticed what time it is.
Okay.
All right. See you in 5.
All right.
Right.
Hello, oh silent ones.
Hello.
No, we've already seen so far this session 2 of the signs that the horror GM is definitely got us in their grip. The first sign is I'm enjoying, the first sign is, oh, goody. The second one is rubbing your hands in glee.
It's because I bred him from a housefly. He does that when he's puking on his food.
Nice.
That's what houseflies do.
Yes, I know that flies do it, but as you can see, I am not a fly.
No, it was a gold. Was it Goldblum?
Yeah,
what's his
Jeff
name?
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. That's it.
Sorry.
He was the
Brundlefly.
fly.
Yeah, Brundlefly.
I'm enjoying the question and accidental question and reply in the chat, which is Becky saying bathroom break, and the next one says fail.
No bathroom breaks for you.
How real life mirrored fantasy.
And by the way, the reason for the singing in the bathroom was so that I was drowning out the fact that there would be no sound of peeing going on. Because there wouldn't be any sound. It's filling the voice, as it were.
Before we get back into the game, I'm sorry that it took so long, but I got carried away by the fact that I found a quick start of Memento Mori in English. So I'm sending it to you via WeTransfer. So
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Grazie mille.
Prego mille, so that I don't have to translate shit for you. Apart from the character sheet, because
Hey,
there are
kitty.
pre-gens, but I want you to make your own.
Okay.
I'm
The
ready.
kitty has come into the room and now has run away.
Oh no, I wanted to see the kitty.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's required. Yeah, we'll get to that later. It's
Right.
Save. Done. Thank you.
Okay.
how did you guys do that without subscribing?
You don't
WeTransfer, just download it.
just hit the download button on the left.
You click the link and it says download at the bottom of the white square. Just hit that, you're done.
Or maybe you have to accept cookies first, or terms and conditions.
Yeah, you have to accept cookies and stuff. But then, yeah, there it is. Oh, that's a sexy cover.
Also, I found out they're doing some sort of a Kickstarter for the actual rule books, etc. So they're planning on translating it in the future. So that if you're interested, you might get your hands on a copy.
Okay. Right. Are we all ready? Have we all
Yes.
sorted out the Metamori stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious as to how to get down underneath this building. So What's the floor?
As in the material.
Yeah, like, is it got yoga mats over it? Like, because I haven't seen a way down.
Yes. So it's basically like some sort of what would you call it? Like varnished wooden floor. Creates a lot of reverb around the room.
And no part of it's concealed or anything like that.
No, apart from under the table, but it's a small-ish table, really.
I mean, I'll drop my pen at one point so I can have a look at the floor under there.
Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, you do. You can't see anything. Certainly in
Didn't
terms of
notice
like a
any other
direct way
doors when I
down.
went to the bathroom.
Again, there were a couple of other doors like you saw previously, but nothing secret looking or anything kind of more private or concealed. But as you sort of finish looking around the floor and stuff, this other member of staff comes over to you, and first of all, he sits by you. Actually, let's make it Malcolm. Malcolm comes and sits beside you.
Hi! And I hug him.
Hi. Yeah. Nice to see
Oh,
you.
sorry, social distancing. I forgot.
Oh, no. There's no social distancing here. None of that anymore. And he talks quite hushed because obviously people are kind of getting on with gratitude journaling. Certainly those that are doped anyway. He says, I was just going to ask you why you're keeping such a lovely face all covered up like that.
Medical reasons.
Oh, but you don't need to worry about those here. We've got plenty of healing powers and medicine that we can work on if you don't feel like you're vibing in the right sort of way.
Oh, I'm totally vibing.
Okay, that's nice. And you notice him
Look who my favourite
glance.
person is. It's all about you.
Yeah, he glances at your journal. Now, when you said before that you're going to write stuff about the staff,
Yeah.
what kind of tone are you writing here? Like,
totally love them.
okay.
Because it's supposed to be about someone we love, and my twisted mind is like, they're going to take this away from me. Just like with the treasured item, I had a fake. Well, I've got to fake this too. So, and I don't want them to take something I care about. So I want them to take themselves if they're going to do something like that. That's my brain logic. And so I'm writing as if I love them. And I really don't. But
okay. Well, he kind of looks at it for a few seconds and then kind of widens his eyes a little bit and says, "That looks great. Maybe I'll ask you first to read a bit out. Would you like that?"
I'd be so happy.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna leave you to it. Just make sure not to be too loud because we don't want any distractions now, do we?
I can't contain my happiness. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Just take some nice deep breaths in and out. And then after a few more breaths out, he kind of moves away a little bit, and you notice he's starting to do a bit of gratitude journaling himself. But in the end, another, say, 15 minutes pass, and it's getting towards the end of the gratitude journaling now. And Guru Sage stands up and says, "Well, everybody, I hope that you have written some wonderful things down on your pieces of paper, and I'm going to start asking some people to maybe read out some passages or give a summary about who you've written about and why and how good they feel to you. So why don't we start off?" And you notice that Malcolm's kind of gesturing to her to do Kiyana. Yes, Kiyana, why don't we go with you first?
Malcolm, his hot, sweaty body, glistening, like the moisture on a toad's skin. I didn't say I'd write it well. His dark hair, just beckoning me to run my hand through its grease. The
Okay.
unwashed face with 4-year-old dirt succulently drawing me to its follicles.
Make me a psychology roll, Kiyana.
That's a fail.
Okay. So they look almost a bit perplexed, especially Malcolm. But then Sage pipes up and says, "Well, that was very vivid."
See what I've written about you, Sage.
Oh, well, I would love to read that afterwards. I'll come and find you later. But why don't we now go to somebody else? And she sort of spins around a little bit, and some other random person talks about their father and how much, how amazing he is. And I'm going to get the rest of you. Make me a group luck roll between the three of you.
Luck 26.
As in, not you, Kiyana, because you've already been, but the other
Oh,
three. Who haven't been.
sorry.
No, it's cool. You're muted, Giorgio?
Group
And-
luck roll is usually the lowest
Yeah.
person roll.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just the lowest person. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Mine's
saying that I got
40.
a 62. 62.
6240. What's yours, Russell?
Mine is 64.
Okay,
So it's
so
me.
It
it's,
is. It's on you,
It's
Phil.
you, then, Nicola. Yes.
yeah.
Bad luck, guys.
Thank you, Nicola.
It's a good job I wasn't. in the group.
82.
Oh,
Okay.
hardly matters.
Would you like to roll me a D3, Nicola?
Sorry, was that
How much?
Would you like me to roll a D3?
a D3?
How much psychic scarring you've gotten from Kiyana's?
2.
Okay. So she spins round towards Russell. Russell! Dr. Russell! Let's go with you. What have you written about?
I've written about family, lost love, lost chances. Just so much loss. So much loss.
Right. But remember, this is about a positive experience, and
Well,
how
I was always
supposed
told
to-
that in order to find positivity, one must purge yourself of the darker, more oppressive emotions that within you to allow the light to enter.
Well, yes, that's true, but make sure, just to remind you of rule number 3, you shouldn't be putting negativity on others here. I'm very pleased that you have gone through so much and you've become able now to focus on the positive, but we shouldn't really be sharing those older negative feelings with people in this room. Do you understand? It's all about positive energy here, Russell.
I understand. Thank you for correcting my work.
That's okay. Maybe after this, you and I could do a bit of individual meditation. Just a quick sort of session, the two of us. Maybe to get more into the, letting go of the negative feelings you might have inside.
I would very much like this. I can't finish that sentence without it sounding creepy.
Okay, then before you even finish, she goes, "Wonderful. I will see you after this."
Wait a minute. You're saying your thing was on loss, but in the chat you wrote passionately their lips met, then she crossed her legs and broke his glasses. And this was a
Yeah,
memory
lost
of
for the
loss
glasses.
you love
Lost my
glasses.
Lost my glasses. They were a good pair.
Okay.
To be fair, that particular line came from my friend Murray, 30 odd years ago, and it's a line that has remained because I just think it's extremely funny.
Okay. So there's a couple more people that are called out to summarize, recite things that they've written down. And then you start smelling a fairly bland but also quite pleasant smell of vegan food as it starts coming in. And Guru Sage almost kind of flips on up on her feet, and she says, right, well, those are some wonderful things that all of you have shared. Thank you so much for sharing those with us today. Now we're going to take a break for lunch. Feel free to feast on our wonderful vegan pizzas, soups, salads. There's all sorts there, chickpeas, samosas. Oh, they taste amazing. I did taste some earlier, I must admit. Oh, they are wonderful. Feel free to help yourself. But Russell, if you wouldn't mind coming with me, please, and we'll do some meditation, and then you'll be able to have some food.
Phil went to the same place.
That porno stash is not helping that facial expression at the moment, Giorgio.
Would you like to come with me?
Mamma mia. Okay. So, as Russell is actually led outside the building by Guru Sage, the other three of you reluctantly step a little bit closer to the food that's been prepared on kind of like a back table. You notice that there are a few other bottles of incense now that are around the food. There's plenty of food though, and the majority of people are eagerly going up to take some slice of pizza and stuff. What do you do?
I'm going to load a plate up, and then I say, on the brochure it says we can eat in it says retreat grounds during lunch break. Are we okay to eat this as a little picnic? I thought that would be
yes, that would be a great idea. Feel free. Yes, of course,
Thank you,
Kiyana.
thank you. So I take my
Malcolm.
big piled up plate out and head straight to the dormitory, toss it on top of the toilet so I don't have to look at that monstrosity, and make myself a pot noodle.
Okay. Before you do all of that,
Because that's safer.
before you do all of that, anyone who is approaching the table to get food, whether to actually eat it or do something similar, I'm going to need a con roll from you in terms of breathing in the fumes. Kiyana, you can have a bonus die for your mask because I'm being nice.
Can we hold our breath as we get there?
You can hold your breath as well. Yes, that will also get you a bonus die.
I'm trying and hold my breath and just get a couple of slices to stay there.
I take it as I'm not in the queue.
Oh, you
I
said
don't have
Yeah, you don't need to roll, Russell. You're well away from the incense for now.
You said
you're
con roll,
about to
didn't
get a
you?
private dose, but
Okay, so pass
Thanks to the bonus die, I got a hard pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a regular.
No trouble if I didn't.
All right, all three passes, lovely. Okay, so yeah, you take some food. Kiyana, you obviously go marching off to your dorm, like you were saying. What do the other two do? Do you follow? Do you actually take in the surroundings a bit more?
Yeah, I wanted to eat on the shore of the lake.
Okay. Yeah.
And making sure I'm out of sight and just chunking the pizza in the lake for the catfish to eat.
I'll follow James out. Actually, I'll follow him to the lake.
Okay.
Do you think this is safe to eat after what Kiyana said?
Nah.
We're going to be starving hungry by the time we leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's the day. We just make it out of here, and then we're gonna hit some mashed potatoes, sausage, anything non-vegan, really.
Okay.
I mean, I know there's a bloody good place for English breakfast, not that far from here. So.
Oh, that sounds really good, especially at the moment.
that's where I'm stopping before heading home
Okay.
after the photo op.
Yeah, some black pudding and bacon and sausages,
Mhm.
fried egg. Oh, lovely. Making
Oh,
you feel
fuck
even
yes.
more hungry.
The
Yeah,
two
you
of you
gotta deal with
need
it.
spot hidden rolls as you approach the lake, please.
Spotted then.
Spot hidden.
Yes.
34.
I'm not
Okay,
small
that's a
things. Oh,
big
fuck me.
miss. I haven't got that. I haven't got enough luck for that.
Yeah, I'm spending 12 points to make it a pass. 12 points of luck to make it a pass.
Okay. Just,
So I'm picking up my plate.
just
as I'm
bear
walking
in mind
towards-
you're not getting any luck back in this scenario. It's only a short one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then again, I started with 70. I'm down to 50.
Yeah.
So I
All
mean,
right.
I still got plenty.
Just making
As
sure.
I'm walking into the lake, I'm chatting to James and I'm picking up my plate, so I'm not looking at where I'm picking
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. James, maybe you're taking a little bit more of the surroundings and you don't really care about the food because you're fairly convinced you can't eat it. But you notice that Russell is actually being led to another building a bit further south on your map. But in particular, because there's a couple of entrances on this in this building, he's being led to the much smaller part that's kind of adjacent to the main building itself and kind of stuck on. And Sage opens the door, and you are led in, Russell, into this rather small room. It's fairly dark looking in here, but you think maybe that's part of it. In the you're not getting distracted by things. You can focus on the senses, all that sort of stuff.
Dark in here.
Yes.
That would be number 2 we see them go to.
No, number 2 is your dorms. It would be number 7. If there is a number 7.
Which we don't have.
No, there's only 6 on the lake.
In that case, number 3.
3, okay.
But the smaller building on the little, like the right side of that building, if that makes sense.
In other words, there's an extra bit that the GM knows about and we don't.
Well, I mean, you know about it now because I've pointed it out to you. So she says, "Oh yes, this is all part of it. This is a much more intimate meditation, just the two of us. It's fairly dark and ambient and cozy in here, and it's all part of that experience. So feel free to take a seat. And usually there's plenty of like plush cushions and things. It's quite comfortable in here."
Do you realize the last time I was in a dark room and with a woman in an intimate environment, it was high school?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, I was the same as you, but we are obviously not in high school anymore, are we? And I am certainly not going to lay a finger on you at this point.
Well,
as
neither
I
did me. That
you
was the
to do the same
problem.
with me.
Oh.
Well, exactly. So there's nothing for us to worry about, and you will be enlightened anyway as you start meditating, and you will see the light. I'm sure as you open it up. So please sit. And she closes the door. There's a little bit of light that bleeds in from underneath the door. So
Yeah,
you can just see a little bit of her.
my fight or flight reflex is now in full height.
Okay.
I do not trust this for a second now.
Okay. What do you plan to do then?
I'm kind of not. I mean, I really don't want to do the close eye and really give in to the meditation. I'm almost thinking I'm just going to rabbit, and I mean Cockney rhyming slam rabbit, as in yap all the time, and just be.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, then I will rabbit in the traditional sense of getting the fuck out of there.
Sure, my rabbit's in my suitcase.
Does it go at a rampant speed, does it?
Okay. So whether you sit or stand, it doesn't really matter, but she comes into the room, closes the door, and yeah, whether you start talking or not, it doesn't really matter so much in that she kind of, to her anyway, because she kind of lets you almost let off steam, perhaps, is what you think she's doing. Make me a listen roll, though, please.
I didn't realize as deaf as a fucking post. As I said, deaf as a post.
Okay. So you're really trying to concentrate on just keeping talking, and at this point, you're not necessarily talking in coherent sentences. You just want to keep talking, and keep kind of concentrating on your voice. And you do not hear the sound of her turning a key in the lock, locking you both in the room. And you also don't hear the sound of a hissing coming from the ceiling. But before you can react, this big plume of smoke comes shooting in from some gratings concealed by the darkness on the ceiling. And because you're talking so quickly, you're of course having to breathe very quickly, and you've already taken this big plume into your lungs. And quite quickly, whilst there is a bit of coughing, you start feeling this strange sensation of your lungs sort of slowing down the motions, and you start feeling a bit kind of suppressed almost in your feelings. And you think you might have fallen over, but you don't really care because you're so kind of apathetic in the space, and you're trying to focus maybe and kind of squint your eyes a little bit. It's very difficult though to see in here, and you start almost like almost tripping out a little bit. But you think maybe after a few painful, agonizing minutes of just not knowing where was up or where was down as you're trying to come round, you see some sort of, it's not like a bright light, but it's illuminated, some sort of slightly blurry structure kind of in the distance.
I really don't want to go towards that.
Everything else
Really
around you is darkness. You can try and pull yourself away if you want, but that's going to involve a power roll.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Come on, dice, don't let me down. Well, it's a hard pass.
Okay. So maybe because it's blurry, but because you can't focus on it, you therefore can't comprehend it fully, and you immediately try and turn away and crawl back towards the darkness, where you feel this strange sense of comfort. At least in the darkness, you can't see what's there. And as you're crawling away, you think you might be getting somewhere. You can maybe feel something a bit more solid under your hands and your knees, but then you feel almost like the ground beneath you is sort of starting to break away a little bit, and you start hearing cracks coming from behind you in particular that ripple up towards you. And these crystalline structures, almost plant-like, but like I said, crystalline, start growing out of the ground and come towards you, especially aiming for your throat and your mouth. And it starts constricting you.
Yeah, try and stand up and kind of.
Okay, give me a strength roll.
Make it something I can actually fucking do. It's just as a. Can I use luck on that?
Yes.
I will use 6 points of luck to make that a pass.
Okay, so you did you say you were trying to kind of stand up and maybe throw yourself off it? Okay, so you do so. You kind of fairly clumsily stagger to one side, but you do get free of it, and you feel its sort of coarse edges that has scratched you a little bit. But now this structure appears to have changed. It's maybe grown or expanded, and you can't help but see it as you stagger to one side. These huge formations now have opened up from this thing. It's a crystalline formation with these jagged edges, and you notice as well these strange vibrations coming from it, which is very odd considering you can't help but notice the shape of a lotus flower in this structure. But then you start seeing a vapor exuding from it, and these
Try and
jagged
hold your breath.
particles. Yeah, okay, cool. So you hold your breath, more particles try and come for your face, but essentially you're sort of trying to fight it, and you can feel a little bit of maybe something underneath you, something soft, and you start hearing the sound of Guru Sage's voice. Maybe you're a bit more lucid now, but she says, I believe you may have been introduced to the bismuth. Is this what you want, Russell? Or are you going to comply with the rules?
I was complying.
You were bringing negative thoughts to us. We don't want that, Russell. Negative thoughts do not help the bismuth.
This is no way to start an orgy.
Okay. Roll me a sanity roll, please.
Sanity roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck off. No.
As in a fail.
Yeah.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, bugger. 4.
A 4. Okay. Not quite Battle Madness territory, but still very much an involuntary reaction. What do you do?
I'm just trying to fight it off. I'm literally just...
Okay. These sort of jagged crystalline tendrils, whatever they are, they start turning into Guru Sage, as you definitely feel that you're starting to come round now, but there's still quite a lot of darkness and this plume of gas, smoke, whatever it is, in this tiny room. She's not like fighting you, but at the same time, she's trying to make sure she's not hit herself. And she just looks at you with these, you think, calm eyes, although you can't see much of her face.
I try to pull away.
Okay. Yeah. She lets you go.
It's either that or I end up punching her one, and I really don't think that's a good move. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull away.
Yeah. She lets you go.
If it's all the same to you, Guru, I'd like to go and get lunch.
Of course, Russell. That was a wonderful session. I felt very connected to you in that moment.
Yeah. Suddenly wishing you were the girl in high school.
And she doesn't kind of go past you to unlock the door for you, but she does let you unlock the door. It's just like a simple key. So you do, and when you open the door, you get this flood of light come in from the midday sun, and of course the heat as well.
I'm going to get 1 or 2 items. With your permission, I think I may need to lie down for an hour. So I'm going to get 1 or 2 items and go to my dorm and rest a bit while I eat.
Oh, very well, very well. But just ensure that you take part in all the oncoming tasks.
Yes,
Follow the
absolutely.
rules, Russell.
Yes. Go to the luncheon, grab a few things. Yeah, give a namaste. Whittle. Grab a few items and head back to the dorm.
That'll be a con roll
Especially
then.
Especially as I will be looking out to see where the rest of them the rest of them are, and if I don't see them there, I'm going to assume they're back at the dorm anyway.
Yeah, you see a couple of them on your way up to the main building by the lake, Nicola and James. But yeah, if you're getting food from the table, then like the others, it will be a con roll for you, please, if you're trying to hold your breath or avoid
Yeah.
breathing in more of the incense. It's still going. It's almost like they keep topping it up.
Oh, you fucking... Oh. Yes, that was the sound of exasperation and inhalation.
Okay. So
After
you've
all
obviously
After all of
felt very exasperated from this whole ordeal that Sage has kind of forced on you. You think for no particular reason, and it was a horrible sensation. But as you've had maybe a few minutes for your brain to kind of take everything in, unbeknownst to you, of course, you're breathing in the incense, but you suddenly think, well, maybe it isn't a bad thing that I saw. Maybe it was a message, a sign. Maybe the Buddha is reaching out to me. Maybe there's something in there that I need to seek out or find more of. And it was a beautiful lotus that you saw after all. Those beautiful jagged crystals. And that pizza, it's still there, some of it. It's lovely and hot, and it tastes lovely.
I haven't taken a bite, by the way.
Oh, fair enough.
I said
Well,
I
it
was
smells
getting
lovely.
food. I was getting food. I wasn't eating it.
Fair enough, all right. It smells lovely.
I'm sure it'll smell equally lovely in the bath in the toilet.
Yeah, I know.
But
once again, you are doped, I'm afraid.
Okay. When I get back in, basically, it's not going to take long for Kiyana to realize that I'm high as a kite again.
Indeed. So I shall say some negative things to you, like everything you've ever consumed has been on the back of other people being exploited. People have suffered and died to make even the coat you're wearing, including children. Children die every day making the stuff that you consume. Your role in this world is nothing but pain and suffering for others. Racism, sexism, and ableism run this world. And if that doesn't work, I'll throw him at the toilet again.
Okay, let me just bring the other two in as well. So what I'll say is that you see the two of you, Russell has come out at some point out of this building. He's gone up quite quickly, you think, to maybe get some food. Now he's gone back to the dormitory. Kiyana still hasn't come out of the dormitory either.
Yeah, of course, I'm going towards Russell and hopefully Kiyana to spend a little bit of time with them, because I don't want to get to know more people, and also I don't really want people to see me not eating. So I try and chuck the pizza in the lake, make it in small bites for the fish to eat, and then I'm going back to the dorm.
So we can intercept Russell before he gets to the dorm.
What? Sorry, I didn't quite hear what you said.
We can intercept Russell before he gets to the dorm, can we?
Oh, intercept him. Yeah, sure, you can do.
Okay.
You're fairly close.
Yeah, because we're sitting by the lake, sort of like disposing of our food in bits. So yeah, we'll probably intercept him if we see him and get there first. Yeah. And Russell, what was all that about?
Yeah, what's going on, mate?
Oh, it was wondrous. I was in a dark room, and all of a sudden, I've never had a woman touch me like that. It was just
Oh God. I didn't realize it was this kind of a treat.
Neither did I.
I'm so worried about tonight then.
It's kind of a treat.
I can't wait to see what happens in the evening.
Oh fuck me.
But you're all right, are you? They didn't. What did they do to you?
I'm fine. It was lovely.
You breathed in more
Mm.
incense, have you? Oh,
I may have imbibed a little. I can't deny it. It was very exciting.
Okay. What did Kiyana say before
Some horrible
the
stuff.
journal? that negative thoughts help you cleanse. What was that?
Yes, I
Okay,
was heading to the dorm to have a bit of a rest. I was quite energetic, you know.
Yeah, everything you love will die and perish, including you and your loved ones.
Well, they've had a good innings.
No?
Okay.
Does Kiyana do that? I mean, she sounds so harsh when she does things.
Okay.
where is Kiyana?
Fucking
I take it she's still safe. We haven't seen her for a while either.
Kiyana is with
They're
you.
not taking us
in
away
the
one
door.
by one, are they?
Well,
And
Once they are,
Yes.
presumably this conversation happens whilst walking, and they eventually get to the dorm, and then we have the conversation, and if necessary, throw Russell at the toilet.
Okay.
This was because Nicola decided to interject before Russell was healed.
Okay. So since you're all kind of telling him these negative phrases, I am going to need, and feel free to nominate whoever, either a persuade, an intimidate, or a fast talk roll.
Persuade, intimidate, or fast talk.
Let's have a look. Oh,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
got
trying to
60.
persuade him of the caducity of life.
I've got a 65.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
Yeah, I'm doing
52
in
in fast talk, but 47 persuade, and nothing in intimidate.
What's your best there, Giorgio?
Yeah, just have persuade, which is a 57.
Okay, so
All the others
leave
are
it to me
base.
then.
Better than me.
I'll take the lead on it because I've got the best chance.
Yep,
And
of
I'll
course
spend
you-
2 luck.
To make it a pass.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to spend any more luck?
No, I can't turn that to a hard pass. Unfortunately, I rolled badly. I had high skill, but I rolled badly, so I had to spend some just to make it a pass.
What
So
if I hate her in like adding bad stuff to the bad stuff she's already saying? Does she get to roll a bonus die?
I was hoping to use the toilet as the bonus die, but
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been easy if you did it before rolling, I guess. But yeah, I mean, technically you can assist and therefore have a bonus die. So yeah, all right, just do a bonus die for that.
well, then that becomes a pass, and I don't need to spend the luck.
Okay,
Are you
maybe
after a
spend your
hard
luck to make it a
pass?
hard pass. Mm-hmm.
You might need to throw me in the bathroom again.
I'd have to spend 15 luck. I've got 26.
You might have to throw me in the
But if
bathroom. and
Giorgio's
just lock the
assisting,
door.
is he able to spend it?
No,
Not on your roll.
no.
Okay.
That
Okay.
would be nice, but I'm not able
So,
to.
so
Some
you
people can't be saved.
so both of you quite intensely start reciting these negative words at him, and you even throw a bit of the blocked toilet into the mix. But even with that, you think maybe it's because this is the second time that Russell has breathed it in. He's resisting the effects of these negative
Okay.
thoughts a bit more.
I've got an idea.
The
I
vibrator.
will sort food out for everyone. Give me your food, Russell. I'm going to make food for everyone. It'll all be great and happy.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm going to add some extra bits and it's going to be great. And I grab some snack bars, put them in my pocket. I go out to the bathroom. I toss the pizza to the side. I'm going to scoop up the contents of the loo. Come back out. I give Nicola and James a snack bar and hand Russell the plate.
Oh my fucking god. I think this is worse than anything you may have described in Corporation.
Yes, it's pretty bad.
Your food,
Okay.
Russell.
Becky, I know
It's like-
you and I have our occasional disagreements, but really?
I believe it's chicken madras diarrhea.
Oh,
Isn't it the best?
that's,
It lacks a certain presentation, I guess. It's
It's the last-ditch effort to save this soul, otherwise it's a lost cause, and we have to.
All right, give me a power roll, Russell.
oh, for fuck's sake.
power roll. That's Constitution, surely.
No. I'm not getting him to eat it. Not yet, at least.
Yes.
No,
Just
no.
kind of protesting.
No.
Protesting what it is.
No, Phil. I want it to be a power roll. My constitution is worse than my power.
Mhm.
I'm quite happy for it to be a power roll.
If he fails, he's going to eat it. Then it's a con roll.
Then it's a con roll. Well, it'll be the con roll then. No, actually, no. It's yeah, it'll be the con roll.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay,
I
so
have to throw up. I can't. I can't not.
Okay.
I can't stand open mouthed holding this bar.
I'll roll con then.
Hot noodle curry
please
flavour
do,
all
please
over
do.
the bathroom.
Although it's going to be a penalty die, I'm afraid, Russell. For you. The others
God, that
can.
hot noodle looks good now,
Well,
doesn't
anyway.
it?
Hey, it doesn't now. It's all over the walls.
Yeah, I'm chomping down.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
that's great.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
all right. So
I
You're not-
tried. I tried everything.
you're not so far gone that you don't realize what's happened, but it's almost like some inhibitors are a bit turned off. So at least as you're eating it, you're seeing more of the positive, and that well, most of it's still pizza, so you can have it. And Kiyana's only trying to help. It's only when you've swallowed it where it really kicks in as to what you've just consumed. I'd like a sanity roll, please.
Sanity roll.
Yes.
Yeah, if you've
I'm
just
not sure
done
that
that,
should just be for Russell.
No. Feel free there for everyone. I'm improvising just as much as you are.
Well, I failed.
Good God.
Is there such a thing as an extreme success in a sand roll? Because I just fucking did it.
Yes, it just means you get the minimum sanity loss, so you don't actually lose any. If you have failed your sanity roll, then that's going to be a D2.
More impressive, you can keep it down.
Yeah.
What
What's
can I
the
say? I'm a
threshold-
doctor. I can put anything down me.
What's the threshold for daily loss?
As a fifth. Fifth of your power.
No. That's not reasonable.
It should say on the new character
Oh
sheet.
yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
written.
I didn't twig. Well, that text is very small, so I didn't quite twig it. But yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Well, that was an ordeal and a half, and I think as Malcolm once again invites himself into your dorm to take you to the next session, we will end our session tonight
Yes, please.
on that nightmarish note.
Thank you.
Good God, man. What have you done?
I did it.
Oh,
It's
look at
so
me.
good.
Disgusting. Really, really disgusting.
You'll be surprised to hear that that's never happened before in a Good Vibes Only scenario.
Shock horror.
Literally
was-
eating shit.
Trying to help. Wasn't meant to eat it.
He rolled badly.
I'm going to have to
So
say
badly.
it again. I never thought I would have to see this line again. Outside of a corporation game. So much therapy.
Cool. And I think on that note, I'll kill the broadcast.
That was surprising.
Yeah, it certainly was. All right, cool. Well, I guess we'll see you next week with hopefully less shit involved, but I guess it depends how much they utilize the block toilet. So there we go.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Depends if it's been properly seasoned.